Hi guys, it's Max here with dartsreviews.tv in association with dartsplanet.tv. I'm really looking forward to reviewing these darts for you today. I have got the Mission Stephen Burton Darts. He's a local boy, played against him a few times in competitions and in league. He's an absolutely fantastic darts player, but what I think we'll do is, rather than talk about him, we'll head on over to the board, have a closer look at the darts themselves. Okay, so over the table we've got some Mission darts. We've got Stephen Burton's darts. He's also known as Bertie. Know him personally, absolutely fantastic darts player. Got this lovely honeycomb pattern here in the yellow on the right hand side going into the black and the grey. Mission logo top and bottom. 25-gram darts, and obviously the window showing the darts set up here with the flights behind the barrel. Over on the back, a little bit of information there from Mission. Obviously we've got Stephen Burton and Bertie up at the top, Mission logo, what's in the box, and the fact they are 0.05 gram match weighted, and some safety info. Let's get the darts out, have a closer look. Okay, so comes in this velvet plastic insert. It's doing what it needs to, holding the darts in place. All the darts are in the Mission point holder, and you have the flights just behind that middle barrel. Let's get the darts out, have a closer look. Starting at the front, we have the standard black coated point that Mission likes to use before we go into this short ball nose and straight into this striking yellow groove. Then we have a wider ring section before we go into the first scallop at the front of the dart, which I would say is about just in between a quarter and a third of the way at the front of the dart. And then we have 6 medium-sized rings there with very sort of like deep, narrow grooves, and then we go into the rear scallop and obviously another yellow ring, and then a taper down with the Mission etched logo into this yellow sabre stem. I really like these darts. I like a good scallop, and I've seen Bertie's darts in person, and these are very similar. The only difference I could see is these ones are obviously coated. These are his first darts from Mission, which is really good, and it's nice that the actual design is very true to what he's been using for so long. I like the depth of this scallop. It's not too deep, but it adds a lovely grip area, so you can keep a nice consistent area of where you're gripping the dart, whether it's your front or rear fingers. And obviously the midsection is where the grippy 6 wide rings are. Obviously if you're a rear or front gripper, you've got these lovely scallops, and even a mid gripper has this wider section, and obviously it is more of a center weighted dart. The measurements on this, because we have got the 25 grams, these are 7.15 millimeters at the widest point, and quite a shortish sort of barrel at 45.8 millimeters. Obviously it's a nice grip area, so I'm quite looking forward to having a throw with these. They are 90% tungsten. I reckon if these were like 95%, you could keep the barrel width down, but then it wouldn't really be quite true to the darts that Bertie throws himself. So what I think we'll do is we'll go and head on over to the board and we'll have a throw. Okay, so we're over in the dart room with Stephen Burton's darts from Mission. Liking the looks of these. I've played against him a few times. He always smashes me up. He is absolutely fantastic. But hopefully I can get my own back and play with his darts really well. So I'm going to have a couple of throws just so I can get used to them, especially as the weights are a little bit heavier than I'm used to. And then we'll go into our practice routine. So let's see how we get on. Oh, really tight group in there on a 60. Just need to give it a little bit more power, I think. Oh, almost 140. Really tight grouping though. I'm loving the scallop. It's giving me a nice consistent grip area on this one. I think they're flying okay, so let's go straight into our 201 practice routine. Game on. 180. Oh, that's a nice good start. 21 left to get. And in 2 darts. There we go. Absolutely lovely throw there, I think. Doing it in 5 darts, a 180 with Burton's darts. Absolutely loved it. So let's go have a final thought. Well, what can I say? I was more than happy with this. Getting a 180 to start, doing it in 5 darts. Absolutely fantastic. Like I said, he usually absolutely smashes me up when we play, but I think that's a bit of a tick in my book. Being able to throw his darts like that on screen was absolutely fantastic. The scallops at the front and the back, both sort of like a nice consistent grip area. Obviously, if you don't like the scallop and you're more of a mid gripper, you've got that ringed grip as well, just giving you that little bit of an extra. I'm only going to give it a grip rating of 2 because the scallops themselves are smooth, but it gives you a really good push point. For me, it's all about having a nice consistent grip. So if you can use the scallops and keep your grip in the same place every single time, then adjusting and getting the darts to go where you want is all that much easier. The weights are 23 and 25 grams, so there's not a massive range to choose from. It is a 90% tungsten dart, and you might be thinking these are a little bit thicker. That is true, they are a little bit thicker at the widest point, but there's loads of room to get that group in. I proved that. I managed to get a 180 with them, which I was absolutely stoked about, really. But yeah, again, it's a really nice start, consistent release, and at a price point of £49.95, I think that's a really good price point. It's dead smack in the middle of what most is now. Actually, it's nearer the lower end of the sort of like price points nowadays. It is a 90% tungsten dart, so it's a nice, decent quality. It's keeping the weight where it needs to be without going too thin, I think, especially with that scallop, because you don't want that to be like paper thin or anything. If you've got a set or you've got any questions or anything, head on down to the comments section. I try to get back to you all, and I try to answer your questions. Maybe you've got a set of these and you could help out some other players with their questions. It's always good to have another perspective, and maybe even Stephen Burton might even leave a comment on there, you never know. But make sure you head on over to dartsreviews.tv and dartsplanet.tv. There's lots of articles, reviews, stories, something for everyone, whether you got 10 minutes, half an hour, just something to pass the time. Make sure you tick subscribe and tick the notification bell. Lots of reviews coming up in the future. Something for everyone. Might be something that you've been waiting for to come up as well. And as always, come back, check us out again soon. Bye.